Unit 9, Lesson 1, History of Space Exploration Test. Number 1. Which of the following is the best example of space exploration? A. Charting the stars as seen from Earth. B. Tracking the path of a comet around the Sun. C. Sending probes to other planets in the solar system. D. Assigning names to the constellations. Number 2. Which of the following best describes the role of NASA? A. NASA is a private corporation that is attempting to create a fleet of commercial spacecraft. B. NASA is a government agency that controls the United States civilian space program. C. NASA is an international organization devoted to exploring other planets and solar systems. D. NASA is a branch of the United States military tasked with defending Earth from extraterrestrial danger. Number 3. The following diagram shows the path of a spacecraft launched into space in 1977. What kind of spacecraft most likely followed this path? Hint, Step 1. Look at the path of the spacecraft and decide if the voyage would need a crew. Step 2. Decide if the spacecraft can remain in orbit or if it needs to be able to move through space. A. A crewed rover. B. A crewed spacecraft. C. An uncrewed space probe. D. An uncrewed space station. Number 4. What kind of spacecraft would be best for collecting samples from the features shown here and bringing them back to Earth for analysis? A. An uncrewed rover. B. A crewed spacecraft. C. An uncrewed space probe. D. An uncrewed space station. Number 5. Which type of spacecraft is used to transport humans to and from space? A. Satellite. B. Space probe. C. Space shuttle. D. International Space Station. Number 6. In 1961, the manned Mercury Redstone's 3 spaceflight took place with Alan Shepard aboard. The flight took fewer than 16 minutes and the spacecraft reached an altitude of 187 kilometers. What type of flight was this? A. A crewed orbital spaceflight. B. An uncrewed orbital spaceflight. C. A crewed suborbital spaceflight. D. An uncrewed suborbital spaceflight. Number 7. NASA wants to explore the long-term effects of carbon dioxide on Earth's atmosphere. What type of spacecraft would be best used for this purpose? A. A rover. B. A space probe. C. A space shuttle. D. A satellite. 8. Which of the following best describes space exploration? A. The exploration of space using star charts. B. The exploration of space using books. C. The exploration of space using spacecraft. D. The exploration of space using the naked eye. Number 9. The following object is shown on the surface of Mars. What type of object is represented in this picture? A. A rover. B. A space probe. C. A space station. D. A space shuttle. Number 10. In 1969, Edwin Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong were the first humans to set foot on an extraterrestrial body. Their achievement was the first step in lunar exploration. What is lunar exploration? A. Exploration of the Sun. B. Exploration of the Moon. C. Exploration of the planets. D. Exploration of the asteroid belt. Number 11. Many countries have helped to build the International Space Station. It is a year-round research laboratory, which scientific question might be answered by research conducted there that cannot be answered easily on Earth. Hint. Step 2. Think about how conditions on the space shuttle are different from the Earth. Step 3. Find the choice that takes advantage of the different conditions. A. What is the distance between the Earth and the Sun? B. Why does the same side of the Moon always face Earth? C. How long does it take for each planet to travel around the Sun? D. Are plants able to grow without strong downward pull of gravity? Number 12. What was the name of the first satellite launched into space? A. Sputnik. B. Salyut 1. C. Gagarin. D. Armstrong and Aldrin. Number 13. In 1997, a lander called the Mars Pathfinder launched a rover known as Sojourner. Which data could have only come from these uncrewed space vehicles? Hint. Step 1. Recall how landers and rovers are used to explore space. Step 2, think about how they differ from other kinds of space vehicles. Step 3, choose the example that could have come only from a rover. A. Images of stars forming. B. Maps of planetary orbits. C. Makeup of soil and rock samples. D. Distance measurements to far planets. Number 14. The image shows astronauts working on a power grid while their space shuttle is docked at the International Space Station. What is an important way the space station is different from a space probe? A. A space probe is an uncrewed craft. B. A space probe remains in orbit around the Earth. C. A space probe can transmit information to computers on Earth. D. A space probe carries scientific instruments that can be used to make measurements. Number 15. Many countries have helped build the International Space Station. It is a year-round research laboratory. Which of the following is an example of research on the space station that might lead directly to an economic gain on Earth? Hint, Step 1, recognize the word economic relates to money. An economic gain would describe a profit. Step 2, identify the choice that describes a product that might be sold for profit. A, developing a robotic arm that can be controlled from distance. B, collecting data about how broken bones heal over time in space. C, studying how long stays in space affect the mood of an astronaut. D, discovering that bodily fluids that do not mix well on Earth may mix in space. Number 16, what was Sputnik? A, the first space station. B, the first probe launched into space. C, the first lander launched into space. D, the first satellite launched into space. Number 17, the image shows astronauts working to upgrade a power grid while their space shuttle was docked at the International Space Station. How did the astronauts return to Earth once the upgrade is complete? A, they will remove the space shuttle and fly it back to Earth. B, they will launch a rocket from the surface of the space station. C, they will fly the space station back to Earth, much like an airplane. D, they will travel in a pod controlled by a parachute once it falls out of orbit. Number 18, which of the following are best examples of an achievement in uncrewed space exploration? A, the Voyager 2 mission. B, Endeavour shuttle flight. C, International Space Station. D, Mercury Redstone orbital space flight. Number 19, the first space flight was made by Yuri Gagarin aboard the Vostok 1. What kind of a milestone was this? A, crewed orbital space flight. B, crewed suborbital space flight. C, uncrewed orbital space flight. D, uncrewed suborbital space flight. Number 20, which of the following is a type of technology that allows both crewed and uncrewed vehicles to travel into space? A, artificial satellite. B, space shuttle. C, rocket. D, space station.